Oh yeah, and welcome back to the channel, guys. Well, I'm making a video today about the Byrna SD. I run into some problems and I wanted to bring the problems to you guys in case you do end up with the laser that I purchased. And to be honest with you, I had another kind of laser as well, and it was doing the same thing. And man, it is very disappointing. And the last thing you want to do is have a weapon, even a handgun, and when it's time to use it, then you're gonna have a problem. And that's the last thing you want to do. You know what I mean? You don't want to have any issues when it's an emergency. And when you need to defend your life and your life is on a threat, the last thing you need is something to not work. No, you can't have that. And the problem that I'm gonna bring about this laser is that when you put it on your hoister, and you put it in your hoister to carry on your belt or whatnot, for some reason the way this light was designed is pretty dumb, but people make stuff and they don't try it and they don't really think about it. These buttons right here are very easy to turn on, and you can see that just by touching it, it turns on. And when you put this on a hoister, or even on this one that I got, it always ends up turning on by itself. And when I do need it, it's freaking dead. And I don't got no laser, I don't even got the light working no more, and it's like, oh my god, I already went through 3 set of batteries because the freaking light will end up turning on by itself. And it's very, very, very frustrating. So this is what I found out. If in case you get a laser, spotlight, flashlight, whatever you want to call it, and I know a lot of people are gonna start criticizing me like they always do. The first thing you want to do, well, when you get this, what I found out, the best thing you can do is, for this not to turn on when it's in the bag, I end up removing this right here. Right? Took it off. And you can see that there's this little pieces there that, as soon as you press that, it make it, it triggered the light, triggered the laser right away, like super fast. And I'm trying to avoid that. I'd rather stick my finger in there if I need to turn the light on, instead of the damn light be off, or the battery be dead when I need to use it. So what I did, I just went and took this off. All right, guys, took that off, and I went and I put this back. Okay, let's not make it look ugly. And I took that off, and then if I need to use it to turn it on, all I got to do is stick my finger in here and turn it on. And I know it's probably, you really got to stick your finger in there with the tip of your finger, you see, tip of your finger right on it, and you turn it on. But I'd rather have this on, that when it's time to, you need it, or it's time to use it, it's at night, and you got your Byrna, or even when you got a handgun, and you're gonna, you want to use the light, or something like that, you want to have your laser or whatnot, last thing you want to do is hit the button and the damn battery is dead. And I like I say, I already had to replace this light batteries 3 times, and it is very freaking inconvenience. And I hope that whoever designed this light and whoever designed this kind of lasers, they will start thinking better. Because I tell you what, I think I paid, if I'm not mistaken, almost $70 for this light slash laser, and it's pretty pricey. So to design something that it's gonna be a failure, it's pretty sucks. So again, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna turn it around, and I'm gonna same thing. I'm gonna go ahead and take that off, and take those. You can see the buttons right here. This is what I mean. You know, and it make it very convenient. So of course, as soon as you touch it, it turns on the light, it turns on the laser. But to me, even you got the little design there that says laser and one says light. Just put it the same way, put it back in here. Just wedge it in there real good with your finger. You know? And now, if I got it in the holster, or I put it in the bag, I don't have to worry about the damn thing is turning on, and I can't, you know, and the battery is gonna be dead. Okay, guys, so I just wanted to bring that on this video so you guys can be aware of those problems, so that way if you do buy any kind of light or any kind of laser, and you notice that every time you use it, or you know, the batteries is end up getting dead quickly, it could be because it keeps turning on. And I had this on my holster one day, and a guy said to me, "Hey man, you got your laser on?" And I was like, "What the fuck," you know? And yeah, the laser was on, and I was killing the batteries very, very, very fast. Also, they do have this carrier here. I got this at Harbor Freight, and it used to be for a tool. And I was like, well, I no longer use the tool that I used to carry this. And what I used it is for to put my magazine, so I can always carry another extra magazine on me, on my belt, in case. And this is all full with nothing but tear gas. So if you ever go to Harbor Freight, I paid $5 for this, and I can look it up, and they do got carriers like this for your belt, for your magazine, but they are expensive. I decided to cut the half in less than half price. So I don't know if you guys are interested on that. Again, a lot of people ask me where I got the badge in front of my holster, and I know, guys, it used to be a buckle from a belt, and it broke. The clip that it latches to your belt. So I was like, you know, I was able to use it anymore. So what I did, I cut down, took a grinder, kind of made it flat, and I super glued that to my holster. And this is, you can get this, hell, you can get this on eBay. You can get this at Byrna.com, and you're gonna pay an arm and a leg. So that's what I did with this, and it looks cool. You know, I like it. And like I said before, you were never gonna fit your Byrna inside here with your goddamn light or your laser, especially when you got one this big, you know. And I tell you, I like this light. I even saw it, it pissed me off when I need to use the light and the battery was dead. The battery was dead, but I love this light. It's very functional, and it works great, and it's bright as hell. And literally, man, I just shine this light on somebody's face, and that alone it'll kind of, you know, it gets you kind of unbalanced. You know what I mean? Believe it or not, for some people don't want to be a believer, you take a light and something like this, and you flash that in somebody's eyes. That take that person out of balance for a few minutes, that you can easily either grab your knife and stab the motherfucker, or go ahead and just shoot him with your tear gas. My bag, I always carry my knives on the side. I carry my badge or my Byrna right on the bag in case I get pulled over, and I don't have to sit there and take it out and look for it. I can just go ahead and show the officer, look, man, this is not a firearm. And I carry enough knives on me. It's my self-defense bag. I got everything there. I got more kinetic projectiles. I got more CO2 cartridges. Also, I find a place to purchase the 8-gram CO2 cartridges, very cheap, and I will be making a video about that as well. So another thing that I wanted to talk about, because I hate for you guys to end up buying the Byrna and end up getting the things that you need to get that people say you need to have, and you know, and of course I did a video, and when I needed to use the Byrna, I was able to use it, and that is an embarrassment, and that is the fast cap. Man, it was a failure, and I had a little bit of problems, and I just want to introduce this problem to you guys, because if you buy and you purchase this stuff costs money, and then when you're gonna use it, it's a failure. It's kind of frustrating, and I think that people needs to be aware about it. And I don't want to put nobody down. I'm not saying don't buy it for this person, buy it from the other person, because it's not like that. But in the end of the day, it's about our safety, and our safety is more important than trying to say something about a company or a person that designs something, that makes something, and it doesn't work. So I hate to, you know, criticize, but here we go. So here's the problem what I end up having with the fast cap. I end up putting my CO2, my 8-gram CO2, and I put the fast cap on it. And the reason why I got this is because it's supposed to be a fast cap. And it's supposed to, you know, you'll be able to take this with your hands pretty easily. So I end up tying hand tight, right? And I was like, okay, great, you know, ready to go. Man, I love it. It looks great, you know, sort of. And then when I end up using the Byrna and I pressed the trigger, there was no CO2 activated. There was no CO2 was pierced, and I was like, what the hell was going on? I did not like that. It kind of pissed me off, because I'm like, okay, I spent almost $38 for that piece of plastic. Well, guys, hate to say it, but you know, they come out with this key, right? And you're supposed to sit here and tight this shit tight, right? And you gotta get it nice and tight, because if you don't, you're not pushing that CO2 cartridge where it needs to be at, and it's not reaching out to get pierced. But the problem is that I was, you know, like everybody else, okay, fast cap. But when I'm going to take this off of my hand, it's impossible. So I'm like, okay, so what the fuck I just waste my money on? Well, I need to have this key right here to take it off, right? To take this off. And I'm like, I don't like that. I don't like that, because let's say I get out of the car, I'm not gonna be carrying this fucking key with me. And what I did, I put it right on my bag on the side here in case I needed to use it. But I'm not gonna be carrying this bag on me, and I'm sure hell not gonna be carrying this key on me. So I'm like, okay, so now this is a failure, you know. And what I try to do, I try to put a little bit of oil with my finger, very gentle around there. You probably can see it's a little shiny. And I tried to put it back. And I'm not saying that it's a 100% failure, but I did had a problem. And when I need to use the Byrna, it was not working, because the CO2 was not pierced, and I didn't crank this hard enough. But if you start cranking that real tight, then it's gonna be harder for you to take it off. And you need this freaking key. And I'm sorry, but to me that's a failure. That's a failure. And when you need to use your Byrna and something like that happen, and you can't take that off in a moment of you need it, you pretty much fucking screwed, guys. So I'm like, you know what? I gonna recommend something else that I will be posting in this video. I found a fast cap made of aluminum, not this curled nylon plastic. It's made out of aluminum, which is something just like this. And I'm gonna go ahead and post it right now And you can see, guys, that is, to me, that fast cap is made a little bit better. But I still think that if I need a key to take that off, to tie it or unscrew it, I might as well just leave the one I have, god damn it, because at least I got the key on my freaking magazine, and I don't have to be worrying about carrying something, you know. And that's kind of sucked, because I got really excited when I got it, and then all of a sudden when I needed to use it, I didn't have it tight enough, and I sat there and tried to tie it with my finger, and I couldn't get it, so I had to end up and tie it with this tight, and then I was able to pierce my friggin' CO2. So let's not make mistakes, guys, because when you make mistakes, that's when you you know, end up in a jeopardy. And you don't want to end up any problems in life. You want to be ready for whatever comes in front of you, man. You want to act, and you want to take care of the problem fast. Take care of the motherfucker down. Whatever you got to do, you take care of that person, and you knock that person down before they come to you and hurt you or your family. So I don't recommend. If you got it, you got it. And it's something like I said before, you know, you watch videos and you start thinking, yeah, that's what the thing to get. You can see the edges is kind of sharp, so when you stick your finger in here and you try to turn it, if you don't have concrete freaking fingers, especially if you're a female and you're gonna try to take this with nails in your finger, you know, women their hands got a little sensitive, and thank God for that, because sure hell I don't want no women touch me with hands of concrete, right? No, hell to the fuck no. So yeah, I recommend you guys to rethink it. And it's sad that I made a video about it, and I said that, you know, man, this is great, you know, but I had it failed on me once, man, so I don't want to fail on me twice. Again, I will post what I got this holster, and I know I did it in the last videos, and if you in doubt, go check it out. And you know, because I like this because I can put another magazine here, and then if I carry that, I will have 2 magazines on me, plus the one that I carry on the Byrna. And a sweet thing is that's 3 magazines, and I know for sure, because we already did it, that you can shoot all 3 of those magazines, and that's not counting the 11 round magazine that I got, because I can shoot the 11 plus 2, 7, and a 5. So if I got my 7 magazine on my Byrna, I got a 5 magazine on my magazine holder on my belt, and I got another 7 magazine on that with the 8 round cartridge. You'll be able to shoot all those 3 magazines without a problem. And that, trust me, if you got nothing but tear gas, you could take down a pretty big crowd around you, because this shit is toxic, guys. For a lot of guys that be leaving comments on my videos about, you know, ha ha ha, good luck with that, that's a piece of shit, da da da, and taking all this negative stuff about this, man, you know, you guys need to try it out before you sit there and criticize, and before you say those negative comments, because you really don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I'm sorry, guys, you know, and I hate people like that, because you guys want to talk shit only because you guys, you know, feel that this is not a firearm, and of course it's not, and this is the purpose why I got it, because it's not a firearm. So don't sit there and talk shit if you don't know the reason why I got it. You know, it doesn't mean that, oh, I'm against it, because I love guns, and I'm not saying that I don't have one. I'm just saying that I don't want to kill somebody, and I'd rather have a freaking Byrna in case I need to protect myself in a little incidents, like knives, baseball bat, drunk, a fucking crackhead, or somebody on drug, or a homeless person come to you and trying to get aggressive and pick up a rock and come at you. I'd rather shoot them with this than me pull out my fucking 12 shotgun and blow their fucking head off. You know what I mean? Come on, guys, you just gotta think, you know what I'm saying? Of course, I'm not gonna go to war with a Byrna. You're a dumbass if you think that way. You're not gonna go fight or protect yourself if something happened. Let's say we go to war or something happened, and you gotta protect your family. Of course you're not gonna walk around with a fucking Byrna. You'd be a dumbass to do that. You know what I'm saying? No, hell no. This is just like carrying yourself some pepper spray, but it's in the shape of a gun. And to be honest with you, when you carry this next to your belt, and you carry that with you, that person is gonna look at you. They may be malicious, and they're probably thinking about, I feel like robbing somebody. I need a hit. I want to get high tonight, so I'm gonna go rob somebody with this fucking butter knife or fucking knife. If that person see you carrying something like this next to you, that person is gonna skip you and go to the next poor fucking bastard. You know what I mean? And probably is gonna go and find a female and take advantage of a girl, because I hate motherfuckers like that. You know what I mean? And it's sad, but you know, that's the way people are. So, you know, they pick on the weakness. You know what I'm saying? And this would be a perfect weapon for a female to have in their purse without you having the stupid booster. You don't want to make this all bulky, because they told you need more. You know, you need a 12-round CO2 cartridge, and you need a booster so you can. Nah, you don't need all that. Keep it nice and light, nice and discreet. Fits in your freaking purse, girls. Have your freaking magazine full of freaking tear gas, and when that fucking prick comes to you and start talking shit, unload your whole entire 7 rounds on that sucker, and you can just get in your car and go home and be safe. And I recommend this for women. I recommend this for anybody that doesn't want to shoot somebody, end up in prison because you shot somebody, and that person, you thought he had a fucking weapon and he didn't, and you shot him, and now you screw. And people, don't sit there and tell me this shit like that doesn't happen, because it happens every day. You know what I mean? So I wanted to bring that video to you guys. I know when I keep just talking, I just don't shut up, and I keep going. But I just want to bring that about this laser. The problem I was having every time I put it in my bag, the freaking thing would turn on by itself, and it would drain my battery. And I'm telling you, if you take that, like I said, you will not have no problem turning the light on or the laser on. You just gotta, you take your finger, and you're gonna have to sit there and press on it. You know what I mean? It's not gonna be like as soon as you touch it, it's gonna turn on. But goddamn, I don't, I'm not trying to be, finger happy with a fucking light. I'm trying to be finger happy with a fucking trigger. You know what I'm saying? So the light, if you want to purchase, it's a great light, but you will have a problem with turn on by itself, and it sucks. The fast cap is fabulous, but you're gonna have to tighten this nice and tight. That when you're gonna need to take it out with your finger, it's gonna hurt you because of all this fucking goddamn grip on it, and even with your hands, if you jerk it tight, you won't be able to take it off. As long as you got some gloves on you, man. If I'm gonna go through all this fuck shit, man, I just might as well take my freaking magazine and I lose my cap. You know what I'm saying? Because God dug it. I do gonna put that fast cap that I found on Amazon, and it's a little cheaper, believe it or not, than this. But I guess sometime I just jump and pull the trigger fast before really. Hell, I didn't know. Nobody made a video saying that this shit's gonna be a failure. So anyhow, that's the whole entire video about, to bring you those awareness about what could happen to you if you end up purchasing this light or any kind of laser light that comes with buttons like that. And then of course they did that for a reason, because that way as soon as you touch it, it turns on. But what happens as soon as you put it in your holster and it turns on by itself, or in your bag, and then when you need it, the fucking thing doesn't work. And I tell you, the last thing you want is having something that when you do need it, it doesn't work. It's terrible. So there you go. I hope this video is helpful for you, and I hope that you guys find this as a good advice and a good way to protect your life, your family. Also has some new kinetic projectiles. They're supposed to be glass breakers, and that's what they call glass breakers. And I really want to take the Byrna and go out there and find myself a car that I can break the glass with my Byrna, because I think this is be another thing also. You know, if you carry yourself a Byrna, man, and you see a kid in the middle of fucking summer like they do it here in Las Vegas, it's almost like the fucking, you know, you got all these fucking drug addicts. They're all worrying about, you know, getting high, and they forget their kids inside their car, and they leave them with the fucking window up, you know, in the heat, or an animal, and you know that shit happens all the time. And if you have a freaking Byrna and you see something like this that happened, you can break that glass without you killing somebody inside the car. You see what I'm going with this? So yeah, I'll be making a video about those projectiles that I got. It should be actually be getting here today, but I got ahead and make this video about that light and your fast cab failure problems. Thank you for watching my channel, guys. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I love you guys. I appreciate all the support that I get from you guys. If it wasn't for you, I would not have a channel. So everything that happens in this channel is because you're the guys who watch the channel. You're the guys that leave me the like. And if it wasn't for you, I won't be making these videos. So I appreciate you. You guys give me the motivation to keep on going forward with my channel. Thank you, and have a great day.